Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. We've got another video from 2017. Yes, this is an M12 Tier 7 American SPG. This one's located on the north spawn of Mountain Pass, which looks very different now. And this one was under the command of Ramtough. Now, he's actually going to have quite an interesting battle. And, well, it's going to start ordinarily enough. As you can see, he's got one mark of excellence on the barrel of that 155mm gun, and it's capable, as always, of doing 700 output, penetrating 39mm of armour with a stun duration of potentially 23 seconds, but actually it'll probably do a lot less than that. And it's actually got a burst radius of about 7 meters. Now, at the start of the battle, you can see he's actually aiming to do a counter battery on the enemy Arty. He's aiming towards the enemy cap area and waiting for any sign that the enemy Arty's in residence, any tracer from the enemy Arty, so he can fire at them. You can see the map looks slightly different now than it does looks now, but it's still basically the same features. There's the bowl, the western pass, the ice road, and an enemy light tank, an MT-25's come into sight, and he's looking to try and shoot at that guy. Instead he's switching to a Panzer 58 Mutz, changes and goes to a Cromwell instead. Trying to get a solution on the target, dial in, rounds out. Oh, landed right behind him for 199 hit points, tracked him, and he's gone. So he picked up the stun assist off that one. Okay, he's trying to go for his next target. An M4 A3 EC8 and a KV2 was seen on the ice road, but from this position he can't get shots of them because the mountain's in the way. He's having another look, but no, he can't get a shot in that direction. Now the VK3001P there is AFK, at least it appears to be. Either that or he hasn't loaded into the game yet. There's now 4 enemy tanks on the ice road. He could go up the ramp to shoot at them from there, or he can cross over here to the wood and try and shoot past the ramp at the enemy tanks. But obviously this is a well-known spot for actually shooting at the enemy from this direction, and he might get spotted by the enemy Arty if they look in this direction. Okay, he's going to go for the 87 on the bridge road. Nice. He's indicated target. Rounds out. Direct hit. 329. Good hit. Solid hit. He let that dial in. Reload time is around about 24 seconds, I believe. Unfortunately, the mods aren't telling us exactly what time it is taking. Now he's assuming that 87 is still there, and it's probably a good bet he is. Okay, he's looking around for another target. Dickermax, that's a nice target. Soft shell tank destroyer. Open top, very easy to damage, very susceptible to HE rounds. He's gone back to the 87 because he was still there, so he might have damaged him with the last round as well. He's dialing in. Ready? Rounds out. Direct hit again. He's down to half his hit points now. He's continuing to mark the target, trying to encourage our VK3001P to shoot at him. It looks like we lost the KV2s on the bridge road as well. The 87 probably took him out. You know, the 87 is the British tank destroyer with the gun on one side of the vehicle, which means it can actually hide behind rocks fairly easily. You can see there. But Ram did get another hit. He's lining him up for another shot, but I'm not sure if he's going to get it out in time because the 87 is trying to pull back. He might be able to get that one. Lines it up. Rounds out. No, it falls short. RNG just doesn't want that one shell to go near the target. We're still fighting it out on the bridge road. and the ice road is still fairly busy as well. He has got shots on that BK from this position. And also on the KV2. He lets loose on the KV2 and he damages them and stuns both tanks. And the BK goes down, which means he's picked up the stun assist off that one. You can probably get another shot in that KV2. He's marking the target for his teammates, letting him know where he's aiming. Always a good idea to do that. Let the tanks know what you intend to do. He fires the round in. Unfortunately, the KV2 pulled forward. And unfortunately, we lost the Hellcat who's holding that corner. Well, the good news is that the enemy force has actually crumbled on the west, and now our team are flooding in. Hopefully they'll go after the 87. Ram is making his run straight forward across the bowl. He's following the rest of his tanks, hoping to give them support. And if he can't do that, then he'll possibly just go to the enemy cap area and kill the enemy Arty and then start capping. Ramtough, like a lot of us, is a very proactive Arty player. He doesn't want to sit at the back and do nothing. If he can, he will go forward. A lot of tank drivers accuse Arty players of not really bothering to take part in the battle and hardly doing any damage to the enemy. But in actual fact, a lot of Arty players are very, very busy doing huge amounts of damage to the enemy. And sometimes, like Ram, they actively get involved in the battle in such a way as to actually help the team win. And it becomes very obvious that they are the ones who are bringing about victory. He stopped at the edge of the bowl and he's looking for the enemy Arty. But the Type 58's gone to the top of the hill and there's nobody there. Or is it actually, it's the Type 59, sorry. That's the Chinese medium. Now he's come down the other side of the hill. And I think Ram is going to go and start capping. The rest of the team is trying to hunt down the enemy M12. They haven't found him yet. They're suggesting he might be hiding the other side of that hill. Well, Ram's going to get into the cap and start putting pressure on them. Pressure on the M12 rather, to make himself known. He could be just the other side of that little hill there, the other side of the ridgeline. And to prevent the M12 from getting an easy shot on him, he's going to keep moving within the cap area. Some players like doing that, some like sitting in with just one spot. Or if the enemy fires a shell in, they go to the spot where the enemy last fired in. Obviously thinking that they probably won't fire in again in the same spot. All of the schools of thought about where you should be when you cap are valid. The only thing you shouldn't do is, if you know that the enemy can come back, you should be covering the line of approach. And they found the enemy Arty. There he is. He was over the other side of that hill and he's very difficult to get at. Two of our tanks are going in to see if they can dislodge him and kill him. And in the meantime, Ram is going to keep the pressure on in the cap. The T-29's gone down into the water. Now that might not be a smart move. And it looks like the M12 just stunned him with a shotgun. Wizzy 131 GFT is going in. We've lost the T-29. He drowned. And I think the others are a bit astonished at what's going on. But Ram's continuing to cap. And it looks like the Wizzy 131 GFT has drowned as well. So it looks like they're not going to get this guy. So Ram's decided to cap out and win and end the game with a victory. So Ram won the game for his team. There you go, Arty does win. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats and we'll see how well he did. Well, he actually got a third class tanker in that game in the M12 RAM tough. He got a bruised medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, he got 8. But best of all, he got a combination of medals which not often seen on the battlefield. He got the Raider and the Invader. He wasn't seen by the enemy at any point in the battle, and he capped out to win and got at least 80 capture points in the process. So he qualifies for the Raider medal for never being seen and the Invader medal for capping out to win. And somebody who gets the Raider Invader, they really have been sneaky because the enemy never saw them, but they still won by capping at the enemy's cap and winning for their team. So this is proof that Arty does pay to win. No, Arty does win the game for their team, and they do so not by firing at the back of the map, but by actually going forward and seizing the enemy cap area for themselves. If you enjoyed that replay, oh, we haven't gone through the results. We might as well do that first. Well, let's have a look at those. He didn't do the highest damage in the game. No, the highest damage actually went to the Type 59, got 2,500 hit points. The AT7 got 2,298. And the next high scorer was the FE4202 on the enemy team, 1,825. RAM only got 1,151 hit points, puts him mid-table. When it came to kills, he didn't get any, I'm afraid. No, the high scorers were the Super Pershing, the Wizzy 131 GFT, the FE4002 and the KV2 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, it was the Type 59s who did the best with 971, 818 and 816 for the AT7. RAM came in with 662, which puts him slightly higher than mid-table, but he did win the game for the team. He fired 8 rounds, got 2 direct hits, 2 penetration, 4 splash. Damage of 1,151 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 4 of the enemy, didn't get any kills, but he got 336 hit points of stun assist off 6 stuns, and he got 100 capture points to win the game. On a free-to-play account, he earned 17,662 credits, and after ammunition resupply, took away 8,702 credits. He received 662 base XP, same again from personal missions, and took away 1,324 experience points altogether. This replay took place on November 2017, and I think we've still got a few more replays from RAM Tough that we're going to bring up and do very shortly, so stick around and you'll see those. If you enjoyed this one, give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, please. Thanks for watching.